So when the boys went to uni, I tried to make sure they were ready for life, to be independent, to be able to crack on with everything they needed to do in the house and live an independent life. But they were generally very good, but they drew the line at learning to iron a shirt. And every time I tried to tell them how to iron a shirt, all they would get back is, if you want to know how to do it, we'll watch it on YouTube. And so I think I'm going to be met with the same enthusiasm when it comes to gardening, at least from one of them. So I thought, if you want to find how to do it, it'll be on YouTube and I'll be showing you how to do it. Doesn't mean I'm doing it the right way, probably not, I'm no expert, but I'll be doing it my way, and it might work. A lot of things might work, but an awful lot more are probably going to fail. And so yeah, this is basically for them to pick up at any point in their life when they do want to learn how to garden, really. Anybody that wants to join in, you're welcome to join in. I'd really welcome any feedback on things I might be doing well, or tips and suggestions for how I could do something better. Make it a two-way thing. Really happy with that. Okay, so intending on bringing our dog up here with me. She is a little cockapoo. She's an old lady now, but she's very nosy, and so chances are she is going to wander off, go to other people's allotments, start sniffing around at the chickens down the bottom. And so we need to contain the dog, or it's just going to become too stressful. So what we're going to do is put chicken wire fence up, and I'm going to start that by putting some galvanized wire around the top of the fence posts, and that gives me something to tie the chicken wire to. It's not going to be the best job in the world. All it's got to do is contain the dog. So this is how I'm going to do it.
So as you can see, one of the first things we're going to need to do is clear all of this grass away from the base of the fence posts. We're really lucky because instead of inheriting an overgrown wilderness, we've managed to inherit this allotment that's completely covered in membrane to suppress the weeds. So we don't have to do a ton of clearing, which was a big relief because that would be quite intimidating. Now, I do have a strimmer, but unfortunately it's a corded one, so there's no power up here. So we got to go old school, get down on my hands and knees and just go along the edges with the shears. And so yeah, that took a bit of doing, but I really can't complain because that's all the clearing that we've had to do. So it's just a case of chopping it up, chucking the grass to one side, and as you can see, didn't take too long. Made our way along the edge and we've cut it right down to the base. That pile of grass there, I'm going to spread it out, dry it, and then chuck it on the compost heap. Really lucky because the bottom bit of the allotment is all fenced in, so hopefully I'm going to turn that into a fruit cage, but that'll be another job for another day. And then the other side's been cleared by my glamorous bearded assistant there.
I'm just going to start by popping this wire around the top of this post because it's a nice solid secure post. And I'm going to run it all the way along the fences, securing it with some little hooks. So I've just got these are only cheap. So once the first bit's in, I'm going to use those to attach it to all the other posts. I'm just doing it loose to start with so I can get it kind of loosely secured all the way along, and then I'll tighten it up at the end.
So we've popped in 3 horizontal wires going all the way along our upright posts. Our posts are about 70 centimetres high. So now we're looking at the chicken wire and trying to attach that as straight as possible. We've used a staple gun and aligned up the hexagons to the centre of the post. And then following that little chain of hexagons all the way down, we've gone in with the staple gun right the way down to the base.
Okay. So the next thing we're going to do, we've put the first row in. So now we're going to just use cable ties to tie the chicken wire to those little horizontal wires we put in. But you don't want to do it over tight. Oop. Hang on. So just cable them in and we'll tighten those up in a bit. And this eventually is going to help stop them from bagging outwards. That one's missed the back. Okay.
So the next task is to try and stretch out the chicken wire before you can attach it to the second post. So what you need to do is, simple way of doing it, use a screwdriver as a little lever, stick it in around the post and then pull it across tight. You're going to line up your chicken wire hexagons and then pick one in the middle and just work your way back down with the staple gun, going down the middle of your post. So just line it up, pull it across, bung in a staple and just work your way all the way down the post. Got to apologise for the crazy camera angle and the fact that we've tipped the phone around. Apologies for that, rookie error. Won't be doing that again. But I think, yeah, if you tip your head sideways, you'll get the general gist of what we're doing.
So here we are, we've cable tied everything in. We've nailed the fence all the way down each fence post. We've got a horizontal wire going across that we tied it to. There's my glamorous bearded assistant putting the last cable ties in. Did we do a good job? We did a reasonable job. Is it going to stop a herd of elephants? No. Is it going to contain the beast, Delilah? I think it probably will. Anyway, that's all we're doing for today.
I've got so much to do to make this into a beautiful garden. I'd love it if you would join me. So if you want to see how we get on, please hit subscribe and I'll keep posting.